Hey everyone, Sigam here. In this video, I will introduce you to the Tactician Cavalry heroes and help you build your lineups properly, as well as upgrade them as you progress into the game. Hannibal and Justinian have always been underestimated, and even now, Hannibal armies are often scarce. The Hannibal lineup, just like Miyamoto, Tribuana and Yodit, is kind of my signature lineup since I was the first to rank it to 5 stars when everyone said it was a bad army. I'm pretty excited to share this guide with you. This composition heavily revolves around debuffing your enemy's attributes, might, armor and strategy, which makes it an army very teamplay oriented. Hannibal is someone you'll love to fight alongside with, but someone you'll want to avoid if he's on the enemy side. However, these lineups require many hero stars to really be efficient, so it needs solid investment and may not be for everyone. Let's see how to get the best out of them through hero combination, ring pairings, skills, gems and synergies. Let's dive in and start cooking. Our first lineup is Hannibal, Justinian and Cleopatra. Hannibal is available through the wheel and Justinian through the Mightiest Governor event, daily bundles or battle pass when your server is old enough. I made a guide on the official Discord about the MGE event. I'll leave a link in the description for those interested. Cleopatra is a tavern hero and can be maxed out through the Lost Borderlands expedition, an expedition that will be available later on as teased recently in an official announcement. Let's see what our commander skill set is like. Hannibal's commander skill deals both might and strategy damage to a single enemy, and he will increase his own might, armor and strategy attributes by the amount the enemy commander's attributes were reduced respectively. It's an amazing commander skill with only 200 rage needed to be activated as well. From this point you can understand why we will try to center our skills around debuffs as much as we can. Hannibal's signature skill is a secondary strike skill that will deal both might and strategy damage again and will reduce the enemy commander's armor and strategy by a good amount. This signature skill is very strong, as reducing the enemy armor and strategy means that all enemies hit will take more damage from all types of damage, and strategy-based heroes will deal less damage as well. It's also worth noting that Hannibal deals both might and strategy damage, which makes him a hero that's very hard to counter. His signature skill synergizes very well with his commander skill too, since after nerfing the enemy stats, he will empower himself thanks to his commander skill. His stars are excellent too, his first rank increasing the duration of the debuff effects inflicted by his signature skill, making it 6 seconds instead of 3, which is massive for such a debuff. His third rank will increase the damage rate of his signature skill for both instances of damage, and his fifth rank will further increase the attribute reduction effect. At rank 5 with the skill maxed out, Hannibal will deal massive damage and weaken the enemy commander by a lot. By his side you'll find Justinian, a defense-oriented support, often underestimated too. His passive signature skill is very good, healing your troops by a decent amount and reducing the damage you take by a good amount whenever your team activates a secondary strike skill. Needless to say, it will be triggered whenever the cooldown is up as your team plays around secondary strike abilities. His stars are good even if the first one is not that impressive, since it only improves the recovery state of his signature skill. His third rank, however, is a big upgrade since it will increase the damage reduction effect by 5%, and his fifth star is excellent as it will double the duration of the damage reduction. Justinian makes your team incredibly resilient, which means that Hannibal will have lots of time to weaken your enemies. You will love having someone playing Hannibal by your side, since thanks to them your enemies will be much easier to defeat. His presence indirectly makes his allies stronger. Back to our heroes, Cleopatra looks like she was made to be paired with Hannibal. Her signature skill massively empowers Hannibal's might and strategy for 6 seconds, and it honestly deals decent damage too. Her stars are decent, her first star increases your damage by a small amount, and her third rank increases the activation chance of her signature skill. She has an amazing 5th rank, since she will empower Hannibal's attribute by an extra 65, which is massive. No worries, when Lost Borderlands come to live servers, you'll be able to rank her up to rank 5. Regarding customizable skills, as always we'll keep one epic skill per hero early on. On Cleopatra and Justinian, we'll keep Sowing Discord to further buff our commander. We'll take Peaceful Haven on Justinian, an amazing skill that synergizes very well with his signature skill, and we'll take Crushing Impact on Cleopatra to reduce our enemy's might and further emphasize on our team's debuff proficiency. We'll keep one instance of Crushing Impact throughout this guide, as we want to push the debuffing abilities of our composition to the extreme. This ability will also further empower Hannibal thanks to his commander skill, so it's really important to have this skill in our army. On Hannibal we'll keep Infuriation for the might buff and we'll take weak spot attack for the damage increase. With this you should be good to go until you unlock either the rings or Ashoka. I would suggest upgrading Peaceful Haven and weak spot attack first if you want to use some skill scrolls and aim for 3 stars on Justinian and Hannibal, as this is where they really start to get interesting. Let's see what we have when we unlock rings or Ashoka. Let's keep going with this particular formation for now. This transition part will not showcase the Radiant Guardian ring, as it is part of the late game composition. Please note that the formations that will be displayed here are already very good, and if you do not want to use the Radiant Guardian ring because you want to use it on another hero like Lubu, you can use these transition lineups and they will be more than enough to fulfill their role on the battlefield. Regarding skills, we keep Rushing Impact on Cleopatra like before, and we take Double Attack to give her more chance to activate it, as well as her amazing signature skill. Without the Radiant Guardian ring, we use Double Attack on Hannibal to give him more chance to activate his signature skill and therefore weaken your opponent. We take War Tactic on Justinian for a bit more healing. You could take Protracted Battle too, but it scales off might, which Justinian is not good at. I found War Tactic to be better overall, and it provides better heals. Regarding rings, we'll take the Ring of Lion on Hannibal to passively increase his might, strategy and armor attributes. Justinian takes the Ring of Falcon, an amazing ring that will give a chance to either heal or further reduce the damage taken from your enemies. Cleopatra takes the Ring of Crow to emphasize on stealing attributes to your opponent. With this composition you have so many ways to weaken your enemies, it will actually drive them crazy. If they choose to ignore you to avoid being debuffed, you are free to deal damage and disrupt the fights, but if they choose to focus you to get rid of you quickly, they'll end up being massively weakened and you'll tank for a good while. It's a very particular playstyle that does not really seem impressive at first, and this is why it has always been underestimated, but the impact you have in fights is massive, trust me. Now let's have a look at Ashoka, which is a hero unlockable by being in the top 10 in the Mightiest Governor event. Let's start by saying that he's a weird hero, with an amazing support signature skill just like Tribuana, but his customizable skills are that of a DPS, and his talent tree only boosts himself. So he has everything to be an excellent support on paper, thanks to his signature skill that is useless to himself, but everything else makes him rather egoistical. Very strange hero design in my opinion. Still, with only his signature skill, he will massively increase Hannibal's signature skill activation chance and therefore his DPS. He also has a chance to grant your army the control immunity state, which would make you invulnerable to dot effects such as burn or rout states, and to control effects such as silence or incapacitate. His stars are very good, his first rank passively increasing your commander's secondary strike skills damage by 20%, which is insane for a first rank. His third rank will increase the trigger chance of the control immunity effect, and his fifth rank is excellent since it will increase your commander's base signature skill activation chance by 2%, which is basically a 50% upgrade. Regarding customizable skills, since we removed Cleopatra and Ashoka does not have access to Crushing Impact, we add the skill to Justinian and remove War Tactic. For Ashoka, we'll take Roar of Victory to buff Hannibal by increasing his rage regeneration. It's a very good skill since it reaches its maximum damage at level 40, no need for stars. We'll also take Weak Spot Attack to boost his damage, since he deals quite a bit of damage thanks to his skill set and decent attribute scaling. We'll keep the same rings as before. Now if you want to play it this way, you will be doing fine with these compositions, but if you want to go further and improve it by another step, let's see what we can do with the Radiant Guardian ring. Here we now have the Radiant Guardian ring on Hannibal, a very good ring that will give us access to the double attack stance instead of having to rely on the double attack skill. Therefore, we replace this skill with Tactical Pursuit for more damage. Everything else is similar. For Ashoka the logic is the same. We remove double attack on Hannibal to add Tactical Pursuit, which is even more optimal here because thanks to Ashoka's first rank, we want as many secondary strike skills on Hannibal as possible to benefit from its damage increase. Everything else is similar again. The Radiant Guardian ring is a small optimization, and like I said, it is not necessary to play Hannibal this way if you want to optimize another composition like Lubu's for instance. Let's have a look at gems before we end this video. For Hannibal and Ashoka, focus on using gems that will increase all attributes, your secondary strike damage, and either your unit's health or attack. On Justinian, equip gems that will increase your armor, your healing effects, and your unit's health. Finally, for Cleopatra, use gems that will increase your strategy, your secondary strike damage, and either your unit's health or attack. That's it for this guide. I hope you can now grasp the strength of this army, which is not as flashy as Miyamoto or Lubu, but has way more utility than both of them combined. It is one of my favorite, and if you watch my PvP streams, you'll see that I enjoy using it a lot. If you liked this guide, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth guides. As always, feel free to ask any questions in the comments below, and I'll try to answer you to the best of my ability. If you want to try Age of Empires Mobile, you can use my link in the description, and I hope you'll enjoy the game as much as I do. If you want to play on PC, I have a BlueStacks emulator link in the description too. Bye everyone, and see you soon for the next guide.